Okay, I want to do just a quick video, basically a reaction to this tweet from Glad recently. Um, Actually, it's not really all that recent. It's been about a week, and I'm behind it. But I think that it is worth talking about, specifically with the marathon alpha having been done right now, and we're kind of going on to like having Bungie fix the stuff in Marathon, improve the gameplay, and then eventually launch it in September. So I got a chance to play the alpha. You can kind of watch my review about it. I think it has a lot of potential. I think it's a lot more approachable than something like Escape from Tarkov or maybe Hunt Showdown. And what is it, Delta Force? There's a arena breakout, so there's a few arena shooters or these extraction shooters out there, but I really wanted to focus specifically on this tweet from Glad. So let me just go ahead and read through it, and then we'll kind of jump into my thoughts on it, and hopefully maybe push the conversation in a different direction. Excuse me. Okay, so I want to be honest and real for a minute. The whole Bungie Marathon Destiny situation is so weird to me. It doesn't make sense in my brain. You have Bungie making the most successful sci-fi live service looter shooter of all time over the last 10 years. They were already known for Halo, and Destiny took it to the next level. Destiny starts to fatigue. Development starts to become lazy and stale. Bungie fucking owns the live service shooter market with basically no competition, so there's no reason to change because it sells. But as things remain stale for Destiny, there's a huge window open in the market. A Destiny 3 fresh start would have been the greatest gift to the community, a community that is far beyond a cult following. It would have plunged life back into the franchise. D2 just cannot hang on forever. So instead, they cancel D3 and launch a brand new game. It's not PvP like Halo. It's not a Destiny like. It's an extraction shooter. Kinda a weird genre, in my opinion. You have all these Bungie Destiny fans that want to like Marathon, but the truth is there's little crossover between Destiny players and extraction shooters players. It exists, but it's not what many would want. So who's the target audience here? Destiny players want Marathon to succeed so Bungie can succeed, and therefore push resources back into Destiny and have Destiny succeed. As for Marathon right now, it doesn't look like it's a revolutionizing the video game world or anything. It kind of gives off a been there, done that extraction shooter vibe. I know it's early, things could change, but these are my early impressions. So the whole thing just kind of confuses me a bit. I don't know. I just feel like a game-winning ball was dropped hard. This isn't a hate post. I wish Marathon succeeds, at least at the minimum, selfishly, so that Destiny continues to get more love. This is more of a, these are my shower thoughts post. Take care, everyone. Much love. Okay. I think that this is interesting. And one of the things, maybe starting off at the bottom of it, and we'll maybe go back up to the top, but he does say something here that I think is valid and I think is kind of missing within the community to a certain degree. But it's Destiny players want Marathon to succeed. Debatable. So Bungie can succeed and therefore push more resources back into Destiny and have Destiny succeed. Okay. Yes, we should, if you like Destiny, you should want Marathon to succeed. Okay. You don't want Marathon to fail, because if Marathon fails, then inevitably Destiny may fail or get passed on to another studio or go by the wayside. I have no idea. Sony owns it. Maybe they can put another studio on it. I have no idea. But the short of it is that if you want Destiny to continue to succeed, Marathon needs to succeed. And hopefully you're not so spiteful that you want it to fail, because if Marathon fails, then Destiny will fail, and then we'll have to look at our next looter shooter, whatever that ends up being. I mean, there's a bunch of comments on here, but let's kind of break this down. We'll kind of go section by section here. So let's start here. You have Bungie making the most successful sci-fi live service looter shooter of all time over the last 10 years. They were already known for Halo and Destiny, and Destiny took it to the next level. Here, this piece here is where I kind of disagree with Glad, and this here. These are the two big chunks that I just disagree with. Destiny is fatiguing not because of Bungie, but because it's the same thing. And where Destiny misses the mark, in my opinion, is that while the gunplay is fun, the strikes are fun, it's very repetitive, right? You're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, chasing for the next loot thing, right? You're just chasing for whatever is next, right? Or trying to get the best of the best when it comes to loot. And over time, that's not really sustainable. So I know that as a player, what I would want for Destiny more than loot is compelling story. And Destiny does have a compelling story in general. And I'm kind of, they've just gone through their announcement for the Edge of Fate, which is their next big expansion coming out in July. And now they're doing these 2 big content drops every year, which I think is a good change. But Bungie owning the live service looter shooter market with basically no competition and there's no reason to change, that's bad. That's not good, right? For one, you have competition coming in and fighting for the attention of players over and over and over and over and over again, where you have someone like Callie here, who I think is a FaZe player, but Callie, you have her playing Marvel Rivals, which is certainly been compelling, right? You also have Arc Raiders coming out here pretty soon. Granted, it's in the extraction shooter side of it. You have Assassin's Creed Shadows just came out recently. What else are my friends playing here? Let me open up Discord. Why is Discord not opening? Well, I don't know what my friends are playing right now. You have Claire Obscura. You have Oblivion that just came out. I mean, there's so many games coming to the market that are vying for the attention of players. They want someone that's going to invest 50, 60, 80 hours into it. And in the case of Destiny, you have a lot of people like myself who've invested 2,500, 5,000, 10,000 hours into a game that connects them with their friends and connects them with the addictiveness of pulling down on that lever, hoping for the best, right? You're gambling. So this part here, basically no competition, that's bad, because if Bungie gets stale on it, which I don't think that they really want to do. I mean, developers do not want to be lazy. It's just that not every beat has hit, right? And sometimes you don't know that when you put a game out, and sometimes it's not right, and sometimes it slaps, like the Final Shape. It's the Final Shape was super good. So I disagree that Destiny 3 would have been anything different, and there was never I will say this with a grain of salt that there has never been a plan for Destiny 3. I've heard that from content creators. I don't know it's entirely true because when Activision was being sued and all of those documents went leaked or whatever it was, right? There was like a Destiny game and then an expansion, and then another Destiny game and then an expansion, and another Destiny game and then an expansion. So I'm sure at some point there was a plan for Destiny 3. Whether investment actually went into Destiny 3 is certainly up for debate. No doubt about that. But launching a brand new game for a looter shooter of which has been around for 7 years may not actually be the best thing for Destiny. Resetting everyone back to zero or trying to figure out how we can get people the money that they spent on ornaments and exotics and all of that, that maybe that's not the best option, because again, we can update the game, we can update the system, we can remove things, we can replace things. So Destiny 3, it could be this next saga that we're looking at, and it's just called Destiny: The Edge of Fate. It's that is Destiny 3, right? We have Armor 3.0. We're going to have some new weapons that have what look like 6 perks. I mean, that's Destiny 3 in a nutshell. So Marathon did not come out of it didn't come out of thin air. It's not like they went, oh, let's do this, and they pumped it out tomorrow. I mean, this is something that's probably been in development anywhere from 2 to 5 years. That is not a small amount of money to spend or a small amount of time on a game. Now, I completely agree that maybe it's a been there, done that type of game. But what I know from Bungie is that they always have something creative to bring to the market. And even when Destiny 1 came out, when you hit 28, level 28 at that time, and you were forever 29, right? I don't know if people really liked it, but what they liked was the chase. What they liked was the loot, right? And then when Destiny 1 had a few expansions that came out from that, right? And then we had Destiny 2. I mean, Destiny the Taken King was cracked, right? And then we had Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 has been running for 7 years. And that 7 years has just created all of this lore and all of this stuff. So I don't know if another game can be as successful in Destiny because they have such a good foothold. And I don't know if Marathon is going to be good either. But I know that if Bungie wants to be a successful studio, they need to diversify. They need to enter into other parts of Destiny in order to. They need to be in other games other than Destiny, right? They need to diversify who is playing their games. We know we're going to get first-person advocates, right? Well, hopefully we're going to find people that enjoy the extraction shooter side of things, and maybe people who want to play them but just have never felt introduced to them appropriately. So I think it's good that this is coming out. Even if it's a been there, done that, it's not like Halo was a been there, done that. Halo just did a really good job at selling first-person shooter mechanics in a great setting and story. And that's the same thing that Destiny did, but bringing in some more space magic into it. And now I think that with the hero extraction shooter, I think we're going to see some more of that as well. I know that it's got some fierce competition, and we'll see how everything plays out. But there is no doubt in my mind that Bungie cannot be the Destiny studio forever, because eventually someone will come in or some game will take everyone's attention away, and Destiny will not be able to survive because people have moved on. And I mean, even some of that has happened right now. So Destiny or Bungie needs to diversify. They should, if first person shooters are their bread and butter, but maybe they should get into third person titles. Maybe they should get into RTS titles. Maybe they should get into little indie titles. They need to diversify, because if they don't, they will go out of business at some point. The studio that only pushes out one game, generally speaking, is not around for a long period of time. They may have their bread and butter, but they're not going to be around for a long time. Even a game like The Division, right? Ubisoft is a huge publisher, but the Division 2, they've canceled the title there. I don't even know if their other announced title is going to be coming out anytime soon. So, but they're still in The Division. The problem that I see with them is that the Division's not doing very well. I don't know if you've noticed the statistics recently, but The Division has not been doing well. So I'm kind of rambling at this point. I really didn't make notes for this, but I wanted to comment on this particular tweet here, because I don't think it's reflective of reality. That there's never been a Destiny 3 that we have been made aware of. They've even said to creators that there was never a Destiny 3. I'm sure whatever content came out that was planned for a supposed Destiny 3 is coming to this game, coming to Destiny 2. And I think that Destiny it's in its mature phase, and they just need to continue telling great stories with great lore and have great activities. I don't even know if I really care about the loot as much anymore. I want great stories. The Witch Queen, great story. The Final Shape, great story. All of the lore around Destiny is awesome. So what I expect for Marathon is that it's going to be in this wrapper of an extraction shooter, but it's going to be this great story. It's going to have great lore. And I think that because it's this more non-premium title, but without the premium price tag, I think it's going to be much more approachable for people. And I think that we're going to see success from it, even if it's very little. I don't know if Destiny players do not need to play Marathon. Marathon players do not need to play Destiny. The two don't need to overlap, right? Activision came out with more than just Call of Duty. They've come out with tons of titles. They're a huge publisher. And whether Bungie wants to be a huge publisher or not is certainly time will tell. But it does not need to be the Destiny only studio, because that is any publisher that just does the same thing over and over again is bound to fail. If you're not gobbling up your own business, you're bound to fail. Your Shells and BPs and AMPMs and 7-Elevens and whatnot, anyone who's selling gas should have gotten into electric car charging way before they came out. They should have been investing into the technology, but they didn't, because gas was always going to be there. But now maybe it's not going to be there. So, why, again, I understand the idea of not eating up your own business, but at the same time, someone else is going to do it, right? So, I mean, we're about 20 minutes in. I'm probably going to cut this video here at this point, but I just think that Bungie needs to diversify. It probably should pump out 1 or 2 more games here in the next 5 years to target different audiences. Marathon and Destiny don't need to target the same audience. They can be 2 different audiences, and that's honestly better, because with 2 different audiences playing their games, it means that they're not fighting among themselves. Honestly, the next one should be a third-person shooter that maybe has nothing to do with shooting. Maybe it should be some sort of medieval game. I don't know. Or pirate game, as they may have said. Matter and Bubble. bubblegum, whatever, right? Bungie needs to diversify. Bungie needs to I've said that so many times. I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to throw this YouTube video up. It is what it is. I hope people like it, but I'm just sick and tired of why didn't they not make the, like, let them explore, because again, if Marathon succeeds, Destiny succeeds, or Bungie succeeds, and then Destiny can succeed. More and more people can come and play Destiny games or Bungie games, and in the long term, it's better. Okay. And again, I hope Marathon succeeds, but I'm not, if it sucks, it sucks, right? This is not to hoorah for Destiny or for Marathon. It is a hoorah that the studio succeeds, because I love Destiny and I want more Destiny, and I hope Marathon is good too. Yeah. Okay. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know I started to ramble and rant at the end of this video, but please let me know what you're thinking. I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this, because I hope it's good. Okay. Peace out, y'all. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Love you guys.